Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the FC Galatasaray versus Manchester United Champions League preview. Manchester United travel to Rams Park on Wednesday at 5:45, and it's a big one. It's a must-win. If we lose or even draw, we're knocked out of the Champions League, and if we win, well, we're still in it, but we're still in it just about. Obviously, before we get stuck in, please like, comment, and hit that big red subscribe button. Follow all our socials, links in the description. Much appreciated. We have Twitter, we have TikTok, which you want to get back up and running, Instagram, and of course YouTube, where we're kind of always popular, but we're always active on YouTube. Obviously, as usual, there will be a live watch along here on the United Way YouTube channel with myself. The game kicks off at 5:45, so we'll be live around 5:15. I think it's about half hour before the game. We're always live. If anything does change, of course, I will let you know. But yeah, please join me for a live watch along here on the United Way YouTube channel at 5:15 p.m. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. So let's jump in and let's talk about Manchester United. Manchester United coming into this game after a decent 3-0 win away against Everton on Sunday. Goals from Garnacho, Marcus Rashford, and Anthony Martial. I mean, Garnacho's goal obviously brilliant, and Rashford from the spot. And Martial was just, typical Martial goal, cool as ice. Say no more. So Manchester United are sixth in the Premier League. So yeah, things are looking well. You like to say every time we say things are looking up, we end up looking the other way. But here is Manchester United's previous 5 games. Newcastle beat us 3-0 in the Carabao Cup at Old Trafford. We beat Fulham 1-0 in the Premier League at Craven Cottage. There we faced FC Copenhagen in the Champions League, and we were 2 goals up, and we went on to get a man sent off, who was Marcus Rashford, and we lost 4-3. Then we went on to beat Luton Town 1-0, and then we beat Everton on Sunday in the recent fixture, recent result, by 3-0. So we've won our previous 2, and we haven't won our. We're a bit slippy in the Champions League. We're a bit slippy in the Champions League. On Premier League form, I think we're top of the league on Premier League form. But obviously, hopefully we're coming into form at the right time because we need it. Revisit that was our previous 5. Again, it's not the most impressive. We're expected to be Fulham, we're expected to be Copenhagen, and we didn't. We were expected to beat Luton, and I expected us to be Everton, and we did. I expected us to be Everton, and we did. So it's a must-win game. It's a must-win game for Manchester United. I mean, like I said, if we lose this, we have to win. If we lose or draw, we're done. We're done. Even if Copenhagen managed to lose against Bayern, which we need Bayern to do us a favour and beat Copenhagen. Because if Copenhagen win, it could be both Manchester United and Galatasaray will be like, okay, how do we do it? Obviously, Galatasaray probably have more of a chance to qualify than us if that does happen. If results go their way, obviously, but if results go Manchester United's way and we win and Copenhagen lose, we go. Is it second in the league? Second, I think, and then we obviously Bayern. We have them. Then in the last group game at Old Trafford. So this is the penultimate Champions League group game. This is the second last Champions League group game, and it's a must-win. Again, let's be honest. Even if we do make it out of the group, we're not going to make it far. I mean, if we made it to the quarterfinals, I'd be happy. Never mind to beyond that. But I think if we do progress out the group, I think it'd be round the 16, and then we'd be gone, depending on who we get. But let's be honest, the teams we have played, we were expected to. It was expected to be an easy enough group, you could say, between Man United and Bayern. It was pretty much Bayern, Manchester United, Galatasaray, Copenhagen, but that could change. It still could happen, but if we do somehow do a typical Manchester United, do it the United way, and qualify, well, but we're not going to make it far. Let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest here. But yeah, let's move on. Youngsters to start. Now, again, I'm not saying youngsters are going to start, but should the youngsters start? Should Ten Hag play Kobe Mainoo after his brilliant performance? After a good performance against Everton, should he start Garnacho? And should he start Pellistri? I think we should start Kobe Mainoo and Garnacho. I would start Pellistri, by the way. I really would. I like Pellistri. I think he's a very good player. He came out against Everton and he was good. He had a say in the third goal coming in on that right hand side. So I would start Pellistri, but I just think with Anthony, I think Ten Hag will play Anthony over Pellistri, which, to be honest, I wouldn't. I think it's ridiculous if we do, but I would start Garnacho, Pellistri, and Kobe Mainoo. But then Ten Hag should be thinking we're coming to the stadium with a big atmosphere. It's hell. We need to have players who have some sort of who can be calm on the ball, and we hope Garnacho can, and Mainoo if they start. But I would have Pellistri, Mainoo, and Garnacho in there. They're three decent players, and Ten Hag likes, he's brought in and out a few youngsters. Why not do it again? Why not do it again at literally one of the biggest moments? For Manchester United. But again, obviously Ten Hag will be back on the sidelines. Obviously, he was suspended for the recent game at Everton in the 3-0 win. But what do you think? Youngsters, would you start Garnacho? Would you start Mainoo? Would you start Pellistri? Let us know if you'd start the three or if you'd start one or two of those three. Let us know. Again, injury boost. We have an injury boost. Højlund and Anthony did miss the game against Everton on the weekend, but they are told and they travelled to Galatasaray. And I'll actually get the travelling team, but them two players have travelled. So here is the full travelling squad for tomorrow. So we have Onana, Boyan there, Heaton. Defence, Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Reguilon, Shaw, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka. Midfield is Amrabat, Bruno, Gore, Hannibal, Mainoo, and McTominay. And the forwards, we have Anthony, Højlund, Garnacho, Hugo, and Martial. Pellistri's not on there, but I think he travelled too. He was in the Manchester United travelling list. So I don't see why he shouldn't travel. So yeah, they are back, and it's nice to have Højlund back. I think he's a top goal scorer in the UEFA Champions League, so having him back will be solid. Anthony, yeah, Anthony's Anthony. Anthony is Anthony. So obviously we have a bit of news. Marcus Rashford will be suspended for the upcoming game after receiving the red card against FC Copenhagen. Listen, I like Marcus Rashford. I really, really do. I'm a big fan of Marcus Rashford. I always like, I'm young. You look at players like Marcus Rashford. I remember that Europa League game he came on and he was solid. I think Lou Van Gaal brought him on. I think it was against Fenerbahce. Anyway, it was in the Europa League. But that's not obviously not going on to do what I'm going to say. But I think Marcus Rashford being out for this game could be good because honestly, as much as he might be probably, have that experience line, like if it was the full shebang, I'd be going Garnacho, Rashford, and Højlund. Obviously, you'd look at that and say, well, obviously Rashford's the most experienced out of the forward line. That's fair enough. But Rashford's form, even though we scored against Everton from the penalty spot, again, I know it's only a penalty, but he needs something for confidence, and hopefully that goal and can give him confidence, and hopefully he can rise. I mean, we've seen what Onana came in, shocking every week. You just seem to make him howlers. He's up this game, and hopefully he can keep it up, and hopefully him or us fans don't get carried away. Hopefully there's no more mistakes to come from him. And I swear to God, if he makes a mistake tomorrow, someone's going to come back and absolutely haunt me on this preview. Please don't. I don't know what I'm talking about. But no, honestly, I would be looking at Rashford and thinking, he needs time out. He needs time out of the squad. He'll be out for tomorrow. More than likely, depending on how we play tomorrow, he will be back in that squad, back in the starting 11 to face Newcastle on Saturday night at St James's Park. And again, Rashford has pace. He has skill. But the thing is about Rashford is, Rashford's good with the ball until he's one-on-one. If he's coming towards a Trippier or a Walker or anyone, any fullback in the league who's coming up against Marcus Rashford this season, he looks very slow on the ball. He's not really taking a man on. He's running up to the man, but then as soon as he gets close to the man, that's marking him or blocking him. He doesn't know what to do. Where if you look at the Marcus Rashford last season, he was taking on everyone and he was scoring left, right, and centre. He is a good player. We know what Rashford can be, and obviously Ten Hag will back him. I'm sure his teammates will back him. Ten Hag's backing the likes of Anthony as well, who I hope Anthony can turn into a good player for Manchester United. But at the moment, Rashford and Anthony aren't really kind of firing on all cylinders. The only wingers who are, you could say, is Garnacho, Pellistri. Obviously, we haven't spoke. If I had to pick, if someone was like, right, who would you start? Garnacho, Pellistri, Haaland. That it's young, fast, and aggressive, it's aggressive, and it has passion in there. That might sound a bit ridiculous, especially if you're coming up against Galatasaray or Newcastle. But if I had to try it, I'd do it. But do I think Ten Hag will play Garnacho, Pellistri, Haaland? I think he'll go Anthony in there. I just think he'll go with Anthony. Again, he wouldn't be the most experienced player in the world, but he probably still have a bit more experience than the likes of Garnacho and Rasmus Haaland. But Rasmus is our top goal scorer, I think, in the Champions League. We're around 5 or 6 goals. He's scoring in the Champions League. We just need him to score in the Premier League, and hopefully in the upcoming competitions such as FA Cup. We're not there, the Carabao Cup, so it is what it is. But yeah, now let us know what you think. Rashford being suspended, is it big? Is it not? I don't think it's big. I don't think it's the biggest worry in the world. I don't. But hopefully it'll do him. It'll be a blessing in disguise. Who knows? Because I don't think he'd make as much of a difference against Galatasaray. I really, really don't. So yeah, hopefully that goal that he scored can give a bit of confidence, and he can be working on the training ground. Let's hope. Another thing we have to do tomorrow, because we know Galatasaray, our fans, when we found out who the group, and we found out Galatasaray especially were going to be in there alongside Copenhagen and Bayern. We looked at Bayern and we thought, all right, it's going to be tough. Copenhagen, some atmosphere, and it was. We woke them up. Galatasaray, obviously it's been a while since you've won in Turkey, supposedly. So this is the time to do it. And listen, I'm not going to be all big-mouthed here and big-headed. But Manchester United, if they really, really want it, can beat them. But concentration is a big thing. It's a big, big thing. It really, 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 really is. It's a big thing for Manchester United. I just hope he beat them. I just hope he beat them. I really, really do. I want to make it through to the knockout stages. We won't make it far, but I'd rather be there. And it'd be a typical Manchester United thing to do to win our next 2 Champions League games. It'd be so, so typical. But, it reminds me of last season when we had Barcelona, and then we had, what was it? It was Leicester, Barcelona, and then Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. We're playing the blue team. We're playing the Champions League, and now we're playing Newcastle. They were 3 big games, and we've won 1, and we have to win the rest of the 2. Bring the momentum in, bring a bit of confidence in. Let's do it. We're seeing improvements, but the defense has to be also solid tomorrow, and we can't let whatever Everton done, after we scored, just constantly hitting us. Galatasaray trust me, have more of a threat up top than Everton. So I think this game will be tougher than the Everton game. Because look, you have Icardi. I'll just look at two players, Icardi and Zaha. They know how to finish. And you have a few other players in there as well who know how to finish as well. So, yeah. But a team we have to do tomorrow, and it has to be done, just like we done against Everton, kill the atmosphere. Manchester United have to kill the atmosphere tomorrow. Because before the players are even out on the pitch, Galatasaray are going to be making all the noise they can, singing everything they can, doing everything they can to get Galatasaray pumped up, their players pumped up, and the fans. But they're also going to try and get Manchester United's head. So we have to do what we've done against Everton. It won't be as easy, of course, but we have to basically get a goal, get the first goal, kill the atmosphere, but just don't do anything reckless. Don't get an early yellow, or don't get a man sent off, or don't do anything ridiculous. Don't give away early free kicks, early penalties. Don't get early bookings. Nothing like that. We cannot wake this crowd up. So to shut them up, to kill it, an early goal is what we have to do, and kind of give them a bit of a scare. That's what we have to do. But it won't be easy. Trust me, it will not be easy. I'm not going to sit here and deny it won't. It's not going to be easy to get past Galatasaray and to kill the atmosphere too. Because even if you go a goal up, you'd still imagine they're going to. But we just have to kind of get something to kind of make them okay. Let's relax. But again, here is the Champions League group. Away from Manchester United and a Copenhagen loss will put us second, with 6 points, and we can afford to lose to the last game if it's a draw between Copenhagen and Galatasaray. If. But let's move on to our opponents, who are FC Galatasaray. Why do I keep saying FC Galatasaray? Galatasaray, who are second in the Super League, or the Turkish League, with 34 points, 11 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss, and like I said, 34 points. So, they've only lost once this season in the Turkish League. So, they don't really know what losing feels like. Let's be honest, they don't really know what losing feels like. And it's gonna be a tough one. Here is their previous 5. Again, if I am butchering some of the teams, I apologise. So they beat Rizaspor 1-0. They beat Kazimpasa 2-1. They lost 2-1 against Bayern Munich, expected. They lost 2-1 against Hatayspor 2-1, and they beat Alyanspor 4-0 on the weekend just gone. Now, we spoke about Galatasaray, and they have a few threats. But we're going to go through the top goal scorer so far, who is ex-PSG, Mauro Icardi, with 11 goals. He's definitely the danger man for me. And their assists is 4 assists between Turkoglu and Mauro Icardi. So the man to look out for is Icardi, no doubt about that. They have a few other decent players. The goalkeeper, Muslera is solid. Davison Sanchez, who is ex-Tottenham. They have Torreira. They have Ndombele. They have Dries Mertens, Icardi, Wilfried Zaha, Boe. They have Tete, Hakim Ziyech. They have Demirbay, I think. They have threats to horse. They have threats to horse, no doubt about it. They have threats to horse. And will Galatasaray fancy their chances? Of course they will. They come into this game thinking we beat them at home when they went ahead twice. We can do it at our place, no doubt about it. They won't look at our previous form. Galatasaray, they're at home. Their fans, I'm sure, will fancy their chances. And again, how can Galatasaray beat Manchester United? Well, you have to put us under pressure, and pretty much that's all you have to do to beat Manchester United. Put us under pressure and scare us. That's just scare. Give us an early scare, and we're done. And take our chance. That's all you have to do. But I don't want to give anyone hints. how Manchester United can beat Galatasaray is pretty much be consistent, take our chances, and kill that atmosphere. An early goal would be vital in this game for Manchester United. But here is my predictions. Here's my predicted 11. Again, let us know what you think what your predicted 11 is. And score predictions. So I'm going with a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 or whatever way you want to have it. I'm going to go with Andre Onana in net. I'm going to go with back four, the same as Sunday. Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, and Diogo Dalot. I know people would say, well, he's not going to play Luke. Luke Shaw will play 70, 80 minutes on Saturday, on Sunday. He's not going to play him again. Is he fully fit? Personally, I don't think Ten Hag will drop Dalot and bring in Reguilon, or maybe go Dalot left back and Wan-Bissaka right back. I would start Wan-Bissaka over Dalot personally, but I just think he's going to start Dalot. I don't think there'd be much change in the team. Probably just Rashford coming in and Højlund, or Anthony coming in and Højlund. I'm going to go with the same midfield: Kobe Mainoo, Scott McTominay, and Bruno Fernandes. McTominay is just doing the job recently, and Mainoo, after that performance, I think should start. And I would go. I mean, if he's not going to start. He's not going to play Mainoo. He's not going to, not play Amrabat. He's not going to play Amrabat against, if he's not. How do I say this? He's not going to play Amrabat against Galatasaray if he only brought him on against Everton with like 10, 20 minutes to spare. So yeah, and again, you may as well go Dalot left back and Wan-Bissaka right back on the weekend too, because we've seen that on the weekend. But who knows? I think he'll just play Luke Shaw. I think he'll go with Bruno Fernandes in the cam. Then I think you go Garnacho on the left, Anthony on the right, and Rasmus Højlund up top. Again, I would start, like I said to you at the start of the stream, at the start of the pre-recorded video, I'd go Garnacho on the left, Pulisic on the right, and Højlund up top. Again, is Højlund fit enough to start? I don't know. If he's not, well, then obviously it'd be Martial that will replace Rasmus Højlund, and you probably find Højlund will come on. But that was my predicted 11. Let us know, would you do anything different? And my score prediction, again, I thought about this. I really thought about this long and hard. I really did. I thought about this long and hard since, I think it was, what was it, Sunday after the Everton game. And what's Tuesday now? I thought about it, and it's not going to be easy. There's a good chance it could be a goal fest like it was at Old Trafford. 3-2, 4-3, 4-2. It could be, 4-3. Let's be honest, every game we've played in has sort of been a goal fest, except for the win over Copenhagen. But the boring game, goal 4-3. The game against Copenhagen, the game against Galatasaray at Old Trafford, 3-2. The game against Copenhagen not long ago away, 4-3. It could almost be a goal fest here again. So our defence has to be strong. Our defence has to be strong, in my opinion. But my score prediction it's a positive one, and it's a tight one. I'm going to go 2-1 to Manchester United. I think we'll get the job done. I know we haven't won there in a long time, but I think we have to do it. I think the players know, Ten Hag knows, everyone, that plays in a red, well, I don't know what colour jersey we're wearing tomorrow, but whatever jersey, anyone who plays for Manchester United, the fans know, and I hope the players and Ten Hag knows that this is a must-win game, and I think we'll do it. Hopefully, I'm going to go Garnacho and Højlund to score for us. I think Garnacho's confidence will be not through the roof, but I think he'll be happy enough. So I think Ten Hag will start them. I think Højlund, he scored nearly every Champions League game, so I think we'll be. I think the only Champions League game he didn't score in was the 1-0 win over Copenhagen at Old Trafford. So, and I just think Icardi will score for them. I can see Galatasaray scoring first for some reason, and then I can see Garnacho getting one, and then Højlund getting one with like 20 minutes to spare. I can see it being a very edgy game. But again, to experience that, and if you're not able to watch the game, like I said, there will be a live watch along here on the United YouTube channel between Galatasaray and Manchester United. So join me from 5:15 p.m. Around half an hour or so before the game for the build-up and team news, and see how the nerves are. But until then, that has been the Galatasaray versus Manchester United Champions League preview. Let us know your score predictions and predict 11 in the comments. Let us know what you think of the upcoming game. Give us your thoughts and all that good stuff. Please like, comment, hit that big red subscribe button, follow our social links in the description, and we'll see you on the watch along on Wednesday, the 29th of November for the watch along. Come on, United, we're getting the win. See you all.